well, who else just went through it trying to get a hold of this ColourPop Hocus Pocus collection? Because I sure did. Let me know how your experience has been, because I was on, this is attempt number 4, and I finally just got some of the products from the Hocus Pocus collab, which is very, very popular. So this was my 4th attempt. I went to my Ulta store an hour before it opened. I was number 7 in line, and I was able to, luckily enough, at least get the eyeshadow palette called the Gather Round Sisters palette, and then the 3 eyeliners. So I'm going to be testing these out for you guys today, doing a fun little look, kind of getting to know the palette, and I'm so excited. Ooh! I do also have on the way the Sarah lipstick set, because I ordered it at 4 o'clock in the morning from Ulta site when it went live on that site. That's 4 in the morning at Pacific Standard Time. Whew, I was able to get that, and the eyeshadow palette also. Those were the 2 products that I wanted the most, and I didn't know what my stores were actually going to be able to have and what I would be able to get and what number I would be in line. So I did that order as like a backup, and I'm so glad I did, because my Ulta never had any of the lipstick sets. Nobody got them. It was crazy. It's super organized, but crazy nonetheless. The limit, they had a lot of eyeshadow palettes, but the stock was so limited. These were the last of all 3 colors. So I at least have these. I did want to get the Glitterly Obsessed, the purple one. I do have the gold from the Anna collection last year, so I thought the gold was a little too similar. Of all the products, the ones I wanted the most was that Sarah lipstick set and the eyeshadow palette. So I'm glad I did that order, even though I have another eyeshadow palette on the way. So now I'll have 2, because what that means is that eyeshadow palette will be in a giveaway for one of you guys to hopefully be able to win it. I'm going to be hosting a giveaway with that palette over my Instagram this time, since I'm already filming this video now, and I don't know exactly when I'm going to get that palette in my clutches. So go ahead and follow me over on Instagram at Ellix, and then turn on my post notifications. That way you get notified as soon as that giveaway photo goes up, and you can enter for your chance to win that extra palette that I ordered. By the way, if you are new to my channel and new to my face, my name is Ellix, like I just mentioned, and I post beauty-related, cruelty-free videos 3 times a week here on the tube. And if you want to hit that little red subscribe button down below, you'll get notified when I post more videos, which I think I just said is 3 times a week. I'm feeling a little redundant. I'm too excited. I can't think straight. If you are just as excited as I am to see this little palette and these little eyeliners put to use, then you're in the right place. And all you need to do now is sit back, hang tight, keep on watching. Boop. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the details, since I'm not sure if ColourPop is going to be restocking this collection or not. So let's just breeze through this really quickly. This is the outer carton of the eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. Very good attention to detail. Everything is raised up and pretty. And if you look at the inside of the carton, look at that detail. How cute is that liner in there? All right, let's take a look at the inside of this palette. Ooh, so pretty. Oh my goodness. And then you got the cartoon version of the sisters up top. But that color story is absolutely stunning. Perfect for fall, of course. Throwing up the swatches of the eyeshadow palette. This palette is absolutely gorgeous. I don't even need to mention that. But what I do want to mention is these mattes. A lot of them have that glitter mixed into it, which looks so magical and pretty. And I love that. And I love that I found an eye primer that actually helps that to pop out more. So I'll show you guys that in a minute. But everything felt extremely buttery, just like I'd expect from ColourPop. The pressed metallics in there felt extra creamy. And that pressed glitter that usually is kind of controversial because it's just a glitter, kind of felt more like a shadow glitter. It was very odd, but I really like it. It's so pretty. Now, I saw some debates on this, and I'm not going to get all into it, but I mean, the color story, you either like it or you don't, and the whole collection, you either like it or you don't. I am obsessed with Hocus Pocus. I mean, I'm wearing my Hocus Pocus shirt. I have my Funko Pops back here hanging out. Oh my goodness. Stand up! That one's always falling down. It drives me nuts. Oh, will you? Come on. Anyways, my whole house has little bits of Hocus Pocus sprinkled throughout. In case you missed my fall haul video, I love it. So I'm so excited to have this collection. So let's take a look at the liners now, okay? So this is the unit cartons that it comes in. Again, very detailed. You have a purple, a red, and a green. And here are the actual containers. Freaking adorable. And throwing up those liner swatches for you. And you know what I like about these liner shades is they're gonna be great for this fall season. season, but also because there's that green included, I think I can transition this into the Christmas time as well, and I'm so excited. I'm so here for that. All right, zoomed in a little bit so you can see what we're doing as we're working along. I'm so excited to slather my eyes in this. So I had mentioned that there's a special eye primer I like to use for making those glitters kind of show up a little bit better on mattes, and that's the KVD Shake Primer. This primer is a little bit gimmicky, it's a little bit weird, but it actually works really well, like I said, for those mattes with glitter in it or any kind of shimmer. I really like it for that because it helps it to stick and pop. So what I do is I just take a little bit of that on the back of my hand and kind of mix it. You have to like shake it and then like kind of remix it on your hand and then apply it right onto the eyes. It's a clear type of primer, but it does magic, I tell you, it's crazy. And then what I thought was really cool about this full moon shade is it again is a matte with a shimmer in it, which I've never really seen before in like a kind of base shade. So I'm gonna take that on this little brush and just sweep it underneath the eyebrow onto the brow bone and right over here. I'm gonna go in next with Dead Man's Toe, and I'm gonna take it on this little round Luxie brush. This one's a little more powdery, but super pigmented, I noticed. Like, wow. So since I'll be doing kind of two looks, but trying to kind of coordinate them, it's only gonna go on one side. So I'm gonna place it right into my crease, right here, kind of build it up and blend it out. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Gorgeous kind of mulberry wine type of shade. And then take this flat blending brush, this is from the e.l.f. J. Kissa collection, and just softly blend out that area right there. So now I'm gonna go in and do the same exact thing, but this time I'm gonna be using the shade Bewitched, popping it right into the crease to build up and then blend out. This shade looked really interesting on the few swatches that I saw. Sometimes it looked crazy green and sometimes it didn't. It just looked kind of brown with a hint of green. But when I swatched it myself, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely see the green. It's a very just moody kind of grungy type of green, which is perfect for the fall. I just love it. Okay, looking super cool. Loving how that's blending. Let's go in now with, I call it a bus. I'm actually watching Hocus Pocus intermittently between filming this just because I can't watch it any less than 900 times a season. So this is the It's a Bus. That's when they're hopping on the bus and they're like, what do you call this thing? And the bus driver says, I call it a bus. So love it. Oh, you know, I just love this. I love the nostalgia, and I like that these makeup companies are capitalizing on it. I don't mind as long as they do a decent job. There were, of course, some people that didn't really like this collection, and that might be you, I don't know, but I think that they nailed it personally. I know that people were disappointed in like the lippies and stuff. I mean, I was kind of disappointed in the lippies too just because they were all red, but what I saw, what they were doing was, and by the way, I'm just taking the It's a Bus shade just on the corner because I'm gonna put some metallic right there. But anyways, they, you know, all the sisters wear red lipstick, so they did kind of base it off their personality. And it is nice because red is not like a one size fits all, so it is nice to see a little bit of variation. However, between Winifred and Mary, I thought there could have been a little more variation. I kind of feel like I wish it was like a really good plum type of shade, but you know, whatever. I know a lot of people were hoping though for like really crazy Halloween colors, like a green and a bright orange, but I feel like they were really just going with the tones in the movie Hocus Pocus, and that's what this palette says to me. You know, when I watch this movie, like the Bewitched shade, I think at one point Max is wearing a green jacket kind of this shade, but don't quote me on that. But you know what I mean, like all those tones that we see throughout the movie, we see around Salem, I think that they nailed it as far as that goes. Do some of these shades look similar to probably some other ColourPop palettes that you have? I mean, yes. I mean, I kind of feel like it's bound to happen at some point because ColourPop releases so much stuff. But for me, I mean, I love Hocus Pocus, so as long as the color story kind of felt like, you know, it made sense, then I was gonna be in love with it. So I'm not gonna be here to tell you whether to get it or not because we don't even know if it's ever gonna be available again. I'm just here to show you some fun looks with it and make sure it performs as well as ColourPop is known to perform. I mean, I love their eyeshadow so much. And so far, it's going swimmingly. So now I'm gonna go on with the coordinating shades that they have in metallic. So I noticed that they have these three metallics that are those those, you know, the red, purple, and green. They have the coordinating metallics, and then the liners are those same 3 color theme situation. So that was kind of like the basis of that. First, I'm gonna go in with Thackeray Binks just on my finger, which is the purple metallic, and I'm just gonna plop it right connecting right there. I'm gonna be putting another shade here. So just right there. That is gorgeous. These metallics are extra buttery. Oh my goodness. Woo! Oh wow. It's something that you gotta like. You gotta feel it to believe it, and it just has this great glow to it. So pretty. Now I'm gonna go with Yabos, and I'm gonna pop it onto the green side. Same area. Oh, that's so pretty. This shade, however, isn't as intense. It feels a little bit drier than this purple shade we just laid down. So I will say that it's still going on really pretty. It's just not quite as pigmented, as intense. I'm just gonna make sure it blends by just tapping it into the mats that we laid down so I don't completely cover it up. Okay, and last, I think for at least the top of the lid, I'm gonna go in with the shade Wench, which is the silver metallic. This one wasn't as buttery as I was expecting too. Or maybe not buttery, it just wasn't as pigmented. It's like a silvery nude shade, so I wanna see how it performs. Let's just pop it onto this inner corner. Not the bing ring look that I thought I was gonna get with this shade as I saw the swatches of it, but it's still workable. And I'm gonna bring it this time up past my crease to kind of give a blown out type of look. So that is that for that. I'm gonna do the same matte shades onto the lower lash line really quickly, and then we're gonna play around with these eyeliners. This movie has so many good one-liners. Watching the part where they're looking for Mac, the Sanderson sisters, and they accidentally did the wrong guy because the shoes, and when he says, "How am I cursed with such idiot sisters?" and Sarah's like, "Just lucky, I guess." All these, it's so good. It's so genius. Ugh. Okay, for the liner, I'm gonna go in with the opposite shades. Okay, and we'll see how they go. I don't know how they'll go over this darker shadow, but we'll see. So starting with the green one, which is called Black Flame Candle. They should have named Black Flame Candle this one right here, and then this one the bust, but whatever. That's just, like I said, nitpicking. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna try to line my top lid, but first let's do the waterline with this one. I think it'll look cool, and it'll kind of tie the two eye looks together. Okay, really pretty. Now, again, let's try it right on the top. I might need to wipe off some. No, I mean, it's showing up a little bit. Can you see it? I can see it. Hopefully it's picking up on camera. Now let's go in with the purple shade, which is called Trick or Treat. And pop it on the waterline. Yeah, that's pretty. Because it has like a shimmer in it, I don't think that they are like super intense, but they are still really pretty. And I could foresee using this on more of a soft eye, like a neutrally eye, and then adding this as my pop of color, you know? Ooh, I like it on this green. That's cool. All right, pretty neat. So now this is what the eye look is looking like, but I gotta go throw on liner, lashes, lips, my whole face. I'll be back in a second once we're all cut up. I think I'm gonna add a little glitter right here just because I'm not getting that banging shimmer that I was looking for. So I'll either go in with Brew Potion, or I'll pick, I have so many pressed glitters from ColourPop, I might pick one of those because I might want to keep it silvery. I don't know, but we'll find out in a sec. All right, so here's the finished look with just the eyeshadow palettes and the liners. I am loving that. I think it's really pretty, but like I mentioned, I kind of want to beef up that kind of inner corner a little bit. So of course you don't have to do this. I just feel like it was just lacking a little something with the oomph department. So I have the ColourPop and Midnight Masquerade from last year's Disney collab, and then I also have Sailor Moon. So I think either of these would look really cool. Any of like those pressed metallic-y glittery shades, either this one from Sailor Moon, oh, I'll just try a little bit of that. Yeah, okay. So doing something like that, or I just want to beef it up the most I can. I'm going to take Royal Ball in Midnight Masquerade, and they have these in several. I was trying to decide between this one and the Elsa palette, so if you have any of these, you can try this. Yeah, these pressed glitter ones, you know, they say they're not meant for the eye area, so user discretion, but I love it. And I just wanted to get like a very enchanted, witchy type of vibe, and I didn't get any of the Glitterly Obsessed because they were out everywhere. So I even went to 2 Ultas for that. Look at that. Look at the difference of that versus that, okay? It's just a little bangerang, and I like it. So, I'll pop that in there, even it out. Pop in some on the inner corners too. Just being very careful around my eye because I don't want to, this one is a pretty chunky. But, oh. Okay, look is all complete. Look is all done. If you want to take it one step further like I did, I am loving this mystical witchy type of vibe. This was so much fun playing around with this palette. So much fun with these eyeliners. I didn't have the most fun trying to get these products, but I got them. I persevered. I hung on. Even though I gave up the second day of trying to order from ColourPop's website, I waited for Ulta and redid it again because it was just, ColourPop was a crazy situation, and I hope you guys started getting your orders real soon with that. Now, I have a question for you. If you want to see me do a 3 looks 1 palette video using this palette, let me know down in the comments below, and let me know if there's any shades in particular that you want me to create a look with, and I'll do my best to kind of accommodate that. I see so many different ways you can kind of take this palette, and I'm super excited, and I'm ready to have some more fun with this. Also, if you missed your chance at grabbing one of these palettes, make sure to follow me over on Instagram so you can enter for your chance to win that extra palette that I have coming. Also, if you are new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe before you go. That way you don't get lost in the YouTube sauce, and that way you can see my 3 looks 1 palette video when it comes up. I'm talking like extra with my hands today. I'm a little extra today. But that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that every single one of you, please have a great, freaking awesome, wonderful, slightly spooky, but not really spooky, but like a fall cutesy, like pumpkin spooky, because I don't want you to actually get freaked out kind of day.